will have the most impact is just simply he's a guy that has the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
Right. So he's the one that's controlling and kind of dictating things.
Yeah.
Like the Laker fans said here, D'Lo plays under control because he's right. I mean, he does. You see him, like even in the game against the Warriors, you saw him navigating. You saw him, pacing himself. He's a slower player, right?
Yeah.
He's more James Harden than Russell Westbrook, right?
Agreed.
Like James Harden in the sense of like, he operates, gets into the lane, kind of slow-mo. Oh, here's a dime, here's a floater, here's a step back, here's a spot. Like that kind of thing. Like you don't see Harden's not like running gun crazy. He can in moments, but he's more of like a slower pace, operate in the half court. That's D'Lo. But that is what we need. Our half court offense was atrocious. But you know what we had against the Warriors? A half-court offense. And it worked, and it was nice. And you saw even Malik Beasley, which we'll dive into him more in a little bit, but just the floor spacing, you saw the impact. You saw that the teams had to go and challenge. D'Lo gets the ball. They have to run and try to close out. Beasley, they have to run and try to close out. Reeves. Now we have 4, 5, 6 guys that teams actually have to go close out on, because if you don't, they're going to make them pay. Right before that, we only really had like Reeves, Lonnie Walker had some moments here and there. Beverly was picking it up as of late, but there were a lot of times where people were like, we'll take our chance with Beverly, right? Like now it's like, no, we can't. We have to go and close out on D'Lo. We have to go close out on Beasley. All of those things, I think, they're just the gravity is just going to be huge for this Lakers team.
Without getting into much of a deep comparison, who do you think is a better overall point guard between him and Westbrook?
Against D'Lo and Westbrook?
Yeah. No, not for this team, but just overall. Because with this team, obviously the question's kind of obvious. Like, the answer's kind of obvious, but just overall impact, who you think is the more efficient all around better?
See, that's the problem, because they're two different.
And it's agreed. It's a hard comparison, because I was racking my brain trying to figure this out the other day too.
So, because Russ, they're two completely opposite play styles too. Like it's not like like they're just not cut from the same mold. Where D'Lo's the better general fit in point guard for most teams.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so pretty much every team in the league could add D'Lo and make it work. Right. Because he can shoot. He can operate in the mid-range. He can play off the ball. He can play on the ball. He has good size at 6'4", right, for a point guard. So he's more generalized, you can play him type thing.
Yeah.
Where Russ, you can't just plug him into any team. Like he has to be on a very specific team, and a team that's more built towards him. So who's the better general point guard? It's D'Lo's the better general point guard, because you can fit him anywhere.
Yeah.
Russ is, he's a beast in and of himself, but he's very, like, you have to have a very specific team around him. You can't just plug and play Russ on any team like you can D'Lo.
That's true.
So that's the difference. And that's also why it helps the Lakers, because D'Lo's just such a better fit.
Yeah.
In general. So that's just some things to kind of keep in mind. And real quick, before we move into our next player, listen to Feet. Feet's got it right. What's up, guys? How are you? Like Feet said, everybody hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Take a quick second. We finally cleared 3K, which is very, very awesome. We are very thankful.
5K, guys.
Yes.
5K.
Now we got to get to 5K and then 10K. So that's the goal. And so yeah, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. We would greatly appreciate it.
That was our Super Bowl present to ourselves. We hit 3K on Super Bowl day.
Let's talk about that real quick before we move into Vanderbilt here. What'd you think of the game?
I did not watch it. Did not
Wow.
watch it.
Why not? Was there a reason?
Oh no, just hanging
I
with
thought you were
family.
gonna watch the game when I called you yesterday.
No. I was rooting for the Chiefs. I wasn't gonna watch it, but like we were just kind of chilling out. No particular reason. I wanted to, but I heard it was a great game. I heard it came down to like a nail biter by a field goal.
You disappoint me. How dare you?
How was it? How was it though? Tell us about it.
It was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Chiefs won. I should have bet on it. I would have bet on the Chiefs, but I didn't bet on it.
We both thought they were gonna win too.
I did. I thought they were gonna win. It just was too close. The two teams were just too close. I didn't want to risk like reasonable money. I mean, I could have thrown like $100 on it or something, but nah.
Yeah.
You know me. I gamble. But
go big or go home, right?
Yeah, but it was cool. Yeah, had a little like just kind of hang out Super Bowl party here.
Nice.
Nothing too crazy, but yeah.
I didn't even get the Zoom invite. Wow.
I'm just well, you weren't even watching the game, so it doesn't matter now, does it?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
Look at you, embarrassing us as a unit. How dare you? But dive in. Let's move on to Vanderbilt, because we got the game starting in 45 minutes. So let's get through our segments. That way, everyone go enjoy the game. I know you and I want to enjoy the game as well. But